So I'm here with Montana today. Hi Montana. You guys will have already seen quite a few sneak peeks and stuff. She's drawing a lot of attention on the socials. So yeah, this is her here today, and we are going to do a little bit of a training video for you. Just a flat one, just a quick, a little bit extra. I think it's always really useful at the beginning of the horse for sales campaign that we get as much footage out there as possible. It helps you guys and your coaches and stuff assess suitability. So that's what we're doing here. There will be heaps more videos to come, jumping, trail riding, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, today just a little extra flat. I think who knows what will happen by the time I actually post this, but I have edited and uploaded her promo video, so I'm going to post that shortly, maybe at lunchtime, and yeah, we'll get the ball rolling and we will hopefully find this beautiful 2-star mare, her new junior rider to cart around and have, you know, show all the ropes to. So I'm just going to show a little bit of her before I hop on, and then we'll get started. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, so we're just just hopped on Montana, and we are going to give it a little walk. I'm going to make some halts and some transitions, and I'll show you guys the trot. This horse is quite educated. We probably won't get through all her stuff today, but I'll show you a bit more, and then we'll do some more videos as we go along. So when you first get on, she can be a little bit lazy. So it's just about keeping her forward thinking, but the moment she kind of gets forward, she feels pretty easy in that sense. So at the beginning here, I'm just kind of moving her around a little bit, pushing her off each leg, so pushing her off my outside leg there, you can see. Yep. And then I'll test my brakes. Very good. And I'll walk forward. I don't think I've actually done any rein backwards on Montana yet, but I guess I will have a crack so you guys can see the very first one. Montana has done 2-star, so at least some of the 2-star, or one of the 2-star tests has rein back, so hopefully. Good. Super. Alright, that was quite pleasant for the first one in God knows how long. Alright, so now I'm just going to push her off my inside leg a little bit, see if I can get a little bit more bend. Yeah, good. She has a little bit of a tendency at times to get a little bit low, so it's really important that we keep thinking about our half halts as well. So as I ask her to go forward here, good, I'm just going to then make her walk on the spot a little bit. And while I'm doing this, I want to keep her supple, so I'm going to keep her around my inside leg. Yeah, good, but I want to keep her into my outside rein, so I'm just starting to create that little bit of inside leg to outside rein connection. And the flexion there that I'm getting to sort of face, as you guys will hopefully be able to see, is just going to enable me to sort of activate her core muscles. You know, that's why I'm keeping my left leg quite forward, so I can move, you know, supple the front part of her ribs. And then that'll allow space for that inside high to just step under her body and start to warm all that stuff up. Good. Alright, we'll just give the other way a little walk. So I'm going to turn off the outside aids a little bit here. Good, make sure I've got shoulder control, feels good. This way, like she's pretty even, but this way she tends to be a little bit more supple, so I have to be mindful of keeping the outside shoulder straighter. So to the left, she's probably slightly, you know, because she's educated, it's not as obvious as if she was a green horse, but going left is probably her more hollow side. And then going right is her more bendy side, which tends to be the way with most horses, given that most riders are right-handed. So, good. Alright, so I'm just going to now, I feel like she could be a little lighter in my left rein. So I'm going to chuck a little bit of counterflex. Yeah, you can see she's just slowing down there a little bit. Good. So now I want to keep the straightness in the neck that I got from the counterflexion, but be able to get a little bit more right rib cage bend. So I'm kind of asking for two opposite things that'll hopefully bring us together into a straighter connection. That's it, there we go. Good. Now make a halt. Flies are a bit annoying here today. Oop, that was abrupt, Montana. So you can see there, she's still building strength. She's had a little bit of a break before coming here. So I wanted to carry herself a little bit more uphill coming into the halt. So I'm going to prepare a bit better for it this time. I'm going to wind the walk down. That's better. Good. And then as a good practice here, sit there. I'll rein back again. Good. Which is a really great way of getting the weight to shift from the shoulders back onto the hindquarters. So you're going to lift that shoulder and activate that. All right. So we're going to, I like to warm Montana up in canter mostly. I'll have a little bit of a trot just so she's ready to canter. Yeah, I find the canter's a little bit easier to get her through, connect it, supple, do all the things, and then come back and work more on the trot. So I'll just give her a little bit of a rising trot, change around a couple of times, then pick up my left canter first. I think that's what my plan is. So when I first go to trot, I want a forward thinking. Okay, go forward to trot. So the first thing I'm thinking about, as always, is going to be my rhythm. I want to get that nice and consistent and feeling nice and forward. So there's a lunge on the ground here. I think it's a bit scary. So nice and forward here, nice and consistent. And then I'm going to start to play a little bit with things. So I'm going to go a little counter actually. So I just want to make her a little bit more mobile through her ribs and push her over into my left rein from my right leg. Beautiful. Nice. Then I'm going to swap that. So just swapping here, this is a really nice little warm-up exercise for her. So swapping now from the left leg. So I'm going to pick up a little left flexion, left leg into the right rein. Super. Then I'm just going to test my half hold a bit. So I'm going to ask her front feet to slow down. Good girl. I want to soften the reins. Does she keep her rhythm? Yes, she does. Checking all those things. Build up that shot again. In balance. Good. Alright, so we'll go the other way. So here, just thinking a bit more on about my right bend. With my left rein. Trying to put that right hind under her body. That's better. So I sort of made a little leg up there. There. Then you can feel that she starts to swing and use her whole body a bit more. She was a little bit sticky in the right flexion there for a sec. That's better. Good. And then back to the left, I'm going to have a canter. jumping already. Yeah, no, she loves to jump. I'm going to ride a counter can now, so all nice little just patterns that kind of help her get supple in the early stages of her ride. Trying to keep the stride length the same. You can see my counter can got a little big there. So I'm going to use this turn more straightness to go back up. I'm going to ask her now, she's a bit more warmed up. I'm going to play with the adjustability a little bit on this circle. I'm going to ask her to sit up a little more. Keep the left hand under her body. Nice. Now open up a little. Now when I open up, I don't want her to drop her neck set too much. I want to keep her ears up and just extend her stride a little bit. There we go. Zip up, zip off. Yeah. Balance, 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 balance. Balance your trot. Good. Alright, you better do that the other way. Now we're keen. So now we're awake, there's no laziness. So now I almost need to watch the rhythm a little. That's it. So I want to get back to that point where I can say wait, wait, and soften. Good. And we just check that all the time. So make sure I'm not bracing against her and I'm not forcing her into a rhythm. I want her to maintain her own independent rhythm. Alrighty, let's have a look at the right canter. Thinking bend and rhythm. She needs to be better off my right leg here. There we are. I'm actually going to ride a bit more of a shoulder in this canter because I feel like I need more right bends. Weird, because at the start I said the opposite, but it goes to show sometimes as you're riding, I'm still getting to know this horse. Sometimes things change a little bit throughout the ride and throughout the work every day. So I'm going to go full school, riding a little bit of shoulder forward position along the wall. Although we think we're jumping the brush apparently. Way to get onto this line with all these jumps, but I'll give it a crack. all her stuff today. She does walk, can walk, leg heel, shoulder in, the works. But I do want to show you guys just a quick sitting trot, and then we'll do another one next week. So we have to itch our legs. I always feel like we're checking for snacks or a very strategic break. Alright, let's go. So yeah, she's really good, very temperature ride. She hasn't really been spooky or silly in any way really. She's been really good. She's very sort of consistent. She can be a little bit excited, but nothing too significant, that's for sure. Alright, so as I go to my sitting trot, I'm going to start on the left rein. I'm going to actually make a few little transitions within the walk in preparation for a nice transition. So after a little break, it'll be interesting to see if we get back to lazy Montana or if she's still feeling like a keen bee. As you can see, as the more the work happens, the more she gets motivated, I suppose. Okay. So I want to make sure before I go to trot that everything's worked out. She's moving off each leg into its rein. She's not strong. That I can slow my front feet down, activate her hind legs, and then the trot transition should just come off. I'm going to start off this way, thinking a little bit about my shoulder floor type position. Give it a little bit of left leg there. She could be more forward, but I feel like I need to make some half hops to get her back a little better, to sit on, to push her out more. So what I'm going to do, now that I feel like I've got her laterally under control, I feel like she's getting a little low. Yep, there, see, watch that. So I need to go half hop, and then I want to say, I'm going to make it really small, a bit collected. Hind legs, I'm going to soften, keep her balanced. There. Yeah, good girl. Super. So I want to feel, as I said, she's still building strength and fitness at this point, but I want to feel like when I push her forward that I can keep her in this outline more uphill, open through the gullet. Yeah. Rather than, if she starts to get a bit low and tired, a bit on the forehand, I don't want to add speed to that, because that speed puts more weight at the front. So it's really about finding this balance as we build strength and start to get her a little fitter. So this gives you guys a bit of an insight. Look at that. So I might just do a little bit to the right, and through this change of rein, perfect opportunity to go back to collection and start off this way. A little more collection. Yeah. Keep working on my right flexion. Right leg's there. So back to that idea of shoulder and ball, which is really, in this example, is just inside leg to outside rein, getting her to pop that right hind where I want it. Yeah, beautiful. Yep. Half hold. Get quicker with the right hind, so I'm going to use my right ankle a little quicker because that's directly corresponding with that right hind. So this feedback loop. Info about Montana. Hopefully that helps answer some of your questions. And it says suitability. She's been such a cool horse, so she's going to be the best juniors horse. So we're super excited to see who her lucky new rider will be. Oh, gosh, only mares shake like that, honestly. And yeah, anyway, we'll get all this posted, and hopefully, yeah, we can start viewings and find a new partner for Montana.